Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patara with you today, preparing brunch. I've been asked a lot of questions about ducks and duck eggs because it's been all the hot topic this past week or so with all the videos and several of the videos that I have coming out about my khaki Campbells. We love our ducks and we are expanding again this spring. In fact, we have talked about that before. But a lot of you, because you haven't considered getting ducks, the first thing you say is, what does a duck egg taste like? What do they look like? How big are they? Yada, yada, yada. First, I want to encourage you to do your own research. I want to encourage you to read about it. I want you to read about the animals and care, and if you can, put them on your farm and be able to take care of them with ease. You also need to know if it's a food that you like. If you don't drink dairy, why get a dairy cow, right? If you don't eat any of the dairy products. Same thing with any of these items. You have the quail egg, the chicken egg, and the duck egg. We consume all of these. So it does make sense for us to have these on our farm. I also sell them as well. So it works for us. Now, I think that some work a little bit better than others. Obviously so. I'm expanding on chickens and I'm expanding on ducks and I'm holding off on the quail. I enjoy my quail. I think they're sweet little things. I love the eggs. They have tremendous flavor in my personal opinion. But compared to the rest of these items, I have to think about what works best for my farm, my money, my time, my energy. You need to do the same. So I'm going to simply show you what these look like in general in the skillet. Okay, we're going to talk about them. The duck eggs are typically larger than your chicken eggs. Usually it's almost like a 2-to-1 ratio depending on the breed and the egg. I mean, if you get a big old double yolker out there, obviously it's going to be as big or bigger than a duck egg. Okay, so things do vary. Understand that. Your duck eggs are going to be a little bit richer, a little bit creamier. And a lot more details with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm heating up my cast iron skillet because we like to cook our eggs in that, in that way. We cook them with butter, we cook them with lard, and if you don't have that, your bacon drippings, oh yeah, baby, have you tried it? You should. It can make some mean fried up eggs or anything. Asparagus, have you seen my video for my clafoutis with asparagus and bacon and all that? Oh man. All right, so let's get these going and we'll talk more about them. Okay, so your duck eggs are going to be known to have more nutritional value if you look at any comparison charts than to your chicken eggs and your quail eggs. Okay, you can look that up. They are very nutritious. They have more omega-3 fatty acids, so that's a big plus. Have more protein and all of these things. So you really want to weigh out how that works best for your diet and what's going on. In terms of flavor, that's going to be subjective, okay? I enjoy the flavor of all of these. My personal take on all of these items is I find the quail eggs to be a little bit sweet. I find my chickens, depending on what they're doing, if they're free ranging a lot, you're going to have really rich, bright orange yolks. It just depends on what their diet is. The duck eggs tend to be a little bit creamier. You don't want to try to cook them as long, so I'll probably flip that out of the skillet faster depending on how these cook up. So know that. Do understand that the shells of your duck eggs are going to be harder. And that's a good thing because ducks can be messy out there, so you definitely want that to be a consideration for you. A lot of folks say they last a little bit longer in terms of storage because of that. Folks, an eggshell of any of these animals is not like 100% foolproof. They're porous. So that's why there's a shelf life for them, even if you just put them on your countertop, even if once you wash them and you store them in the refrigerator, they do have a certain time limit in terms of expiration. So know that going forward. Okay, I feel the heat on my skillet. Let's get it going. I'm just taking a little bit of bacon drippings that I keep it on my countertop. It smells like bacon. And I'm just going to let it flow right through here, okay? And then I'm going to crack each one of these eggs. I may have to stop the camera because I am filming, and this is one-handed, and I'm cracking eggs. So I'll definitely show you each egg before so, okay? All right. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do, because it's the biggest, so I want it set in place, is going to be the duck egg, okay? So I'm going to crack it, and I'm going to open it, and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. You're not going to see a whole lot of differences. Well, I better not say that because, you may... as soon as I say that, there will be a huge difference in something. So let's just crack them and see. Okay, I'm going to try to separate these if possible, and I'm simply going to flip them, okay, and show you how they cook up. You can see, look at the whites of the duck egg over here is different than even the quail and the chicken. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to try my best to not make too big of a mess, and to not burn myself, and not to break the yolk. Nothing's guaranteed. So let's flip her over, because duck eggs tend to cook really quick. Not a perfect flip, but it's okay. I'm not burned either. There we go. Now we're going to take our little quail. Looky there. All right. I'm just going to let these cook for a second. I'm going to go ahead and flip this off because I like for my yolks to be a little bit runny. Okay, I like them like that. So over easy there. So I'm gonna let them cook for a second, and I'm gonna put them on the plate, and I'm gonna cut them and let you see. And then I'll even taste them. I mean, but my personal opinion on what these taste like is gonna be different for many different reasons. Okay, so always know that. So there's the duck. We're gonna place it on the same side. Here comes the quail baby. I'm gonna put her up here. And here, of course, is the chicken egg. We're going to put it right down here. Okay. All right. And then we're going to add some tomatoes, because that's what we do. Look at this. How tremendous is that? Okay, let's slice them open. Let you see if there's any difference at all. Again, and we'll go forward. Okay, taste test. So we will eventually get to our tomatoes there, right? Let's go ahead and cut this. I want you to see the duck egg. I want you to see the yolk. Usually it's very rich and creamy, like I said, bright, just like so, okay? Over here, now the quail egg obviously may have cooked a little bit more because it's smaller. You gotta be fast on the draw with those little things, okay? These, again, I find to be a little bit more sweet. You can see it cooked up a little bit faster because of size. I mean, clearly, that was a no-brainer. And then down here, of course, with our olive egger, we're going to go right in the middle here. Look here. Isn't that beautiful? Just bright orange, just fabulous. So it all depends upon what you're looking for. It's going to depend upon how you can house them, what fits your needs. Are you urban? Are you out on a larger farm? What is your setup? Do you want a coop? Can you have duck houses? It depends on what type of breeds of chickens, ducks, or whatnot that you get and what their needs are. Again, we go with the land ducks. They don't require as many items in terms of, like, say, a pond or things like that. We keep a baby pool in the hot months. We keep a lot of buckets for them to dunk their heads. Chickens, of course, everybody has their opinion on what they feel in terms of what is the best chicken for them to have. And then quail works very well in a smaller, it works for anybody, but if you cannot house ducks or chickens, then quail eggs and raising quail is kind of similar to what you would in having rabbits. You would have to house them in a certain caging style. You can keep them in a smaller environment, yada, yada, yada. So definitely try all of these items out. Farm fresh is always best, so don't compare it to anything you get in the store. You need to get in touch with a local farmer's market and some folks that raise these animals and ask them, you know, buy a half a dozen or so of these items and try them out for yourself. I'm going in here for the duck eggs because I'm telling you the nutritional value is tremendous for these animals. You get wonderful eggs. They're great for baking. Tremendous for baking, and if you've read a lot about their value in terms of being acidic versus alkaline, you might want to look into that depending on your health issue. I hope this video helps you out. This is going to be a good lunch. This is what, hey, thanks for this idea today. because I was already cooking up some stuff, and I thought, I might as well, they've been asking, I'm going to show them. So this is kind of encouraged a really healthy lunch. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. We enjoy everything from you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. We'll talk to you soon. Be sure to check out our pages on the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference. Hey, maybe I should bring some duck eggs to the conference. That might work, won't it? Let's eat.